Ideas Space PH, right? Facebook / Ideas Space PH. And then deadline for submitting the summaries is January 7. So actually there's quite amount of time, right? So hopefully you look at it, maybe you're developing the MVP, which I always like you refer to MVP, right? Because that's my boss. Right? And then basically, hopefully you submit even now or maybe even later. But I think you never know if you will win, right? And then in general, we'll also have the pitch weekend for the 20 finalists in March or April. And then actually going to be, there's 4 levels of judging. I'm going to be in the 3rd level, and then the end, obviously, it's some of the CEOs or companies, some external venture capitalists or industry people, and obviously also our chairman, Mr. MVP himself. How will we judge the entries? This is actually consistent to a lot of corporate incubators in the world, right? Need, market potential, team, technology, synergy, right? Is there a clear need? Actually, parang kanina yung tag huddle, actually sinabi nga natin mga what's the need? Case study, What's the market? Who am I, right? Why can I execute? What's the technology, right? What's the technology? And in the end, at least because we're a corporate incubator, what's the synergy with every single industry in the Philippines, right? I don't have to explain it, no? It's the usual. Telecom, digital media, power infrastructure, pati mining, ICT, and the like. And also our general ecosystem. Right? What will 10 winners get? So the cash component plus the in-kind component actually is, I think, quite generous. So 500,000 pesos investment spread over 6 months. And then it's up to 2 million worth of incubation support. And what does that mean? In order to build a startup, you actually have to make a company, right? And then in general, that's why. So it's legal assistance, which means that we have to pay lawyers, right? It's not just us kind of mucking around, right? Incorporation, patenting, kind of the training like a mini MBA, mentoring from executives group, actually even others. So I even signed up some of my friends in Silicon Valley to be mentors. No, it's kind of interesting that they're very interested to come here and at least virtually, and even partners. So for example, virtually you might have a mentor in the Valley, so we'll give kunyari WebEx licenses, or if you want to Skype, that's okay. But sometimes maybe WebEx, because I came from Cisco, as everybody knows. So I have connections in Cisco. And obviously mentoring from our executives, because I think in general there are a lot of very, very smart people in large corporations as well. Always office space. I'm very proud because the fiber line here and the core of the PLDT network is in the 7th floor. So
we'll just get an Ethernet.
It's quite, at least it's quite reliable, no? If this thing goes down, I think, the whole PLDT network goes down, right? So it's good. So kanina, I think it's 20, 25 up down, no? We can do a speed test later just to prove to you.
Oh no!
And then if you're not from Metro Manila, we provide housing for you, right? So you can modest housing.
I am not from Metro Manila.
So equity 20%, board seat. That's the kind of the terms here. I'm an MBA, so I have to think about what's the other. And then after 6 months, we'll give an additional 5 million pesos of capital. So in total, 7.5 million pesos potentially, right, for you. So sayang. So I always tell people, tell your friends to at least try and apply. You never know. Don't sweet talk me because I'm only one part of the chain, right? There's 4 levels of screening. I'm only one of them, and even with other people. So ayun nga, you never know when this could change someone's life, honestly. So that's really it. Okay, ano nangyari dito? Okay, no more na. Right, okay. Vision without execution is hallucination. That's my favorite. As you probably have seen, sometimes I always talk about that.
Roy!
Okay, but first of all, thanks so much for coming to Idea Space. I know it's still kind of work in progress. Maybe when we come back here hopefully you come back here often, but then you'd see that maybe every month or every month and a half we'll do more interior design. Right, it's still there. We gave this office. Our first was obviously the lobby. Obviously, that's the first thing that we built. And then that conference room didn't have a table before. Now there was a table in the conference room, and then there wasn't any like these mini tables, which is just a placeholder. So in general, we're gonna fill it up with new stuff. If you want to come paint with us in the office, that's also okay. But then the biggest thing is to hopefully apply and encourage your friends to apply to our incubator, because I think it's a wonderful program. So thanks so much. Thanks, and hopefully you enjoyed and didn't get lost going into MGO. But it's beside Greenbelt. So thanks so much. And who's next? Who's next? Michi. Okay. Thank you. Hit it.